So then next year, what do I want to achieve? Well, first of all, it's time I got back to some theme parks again, isn't it? It's been so long.
The atmosphere was incredible. It is my number 2 UK coaster. This park is beautiful, there's flowers everywhere. You're taking the actual mic.
Hello and welcome back to ThrillNet, bringing you everything thrill related in the UK and beyond via the internet. And today I'm bringing you a video in which I'm going to look back at 2021. As it's safe to say, it's been a year with a lot of ups and downs. Those of you who've watched my 2020 highlights video or have been watching the channel for quite a while will know that in 2020 I didn't get to visit any UK theme parks, and that was partly due to the national lockdowns that were put in place to combat COVID-19, as well as the fact that I'm extremely clinically vulnerable. Therefore, I personally thought it was too risky to visit the parks back then, considering that I wasn't vaccinated. As a result, my aim was that in 2021 I would visit UK theme parks once again. But how did things actually pan out?
In England, we must therefore go into a national lockdown which is tough enough to contain this variant.
It's safe to say they started off right on track. January didn't get the year off to the best of starts, as I'm sure all of you will know, but ironically, my first video of the year was a showcase of my new DJI Pocket 2 camera that I got for Christmas. I know, a very appropriate video to upload at that time. However, on a bit of a brighter note, in late 2020, I'd started experimenting with YouTube Shorts, and I discovered that they were doing really well on my channel, so I carried them on into 2021 naturally, and it's safe to say they continued to do very well into January. I mean, 454 views, 630 views, 1.7k views! Besides that, in terms of long form content, I started a Blackpool Pleasure Beach Planet Coaster series, as myself and everyone else was really missing the parks, with it being closed season at the time and with us being in lockdown and it looking like we wouldn't be getting to go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach opening day. And I also started a Minecraft Thought Park series which was similar to the Planet Coaster Pleasure Beach series, but instead I taught a Thought Park recreation in Minecraft, and I did that because although I've never visited Thought Park before, I'm an absolute simp for that park. I really want to visit it, and I was very sad back then that I couldn't visit it because of the current situation. Despite January not being the best starts of the year and us still being in lockdown in February, it was actually a much better month, and there were two reasons for that. The first was that I got vaccinated. Well, I got the first dose of a vaccine anyway. Finally, you know, this was a major step because a big reason of me not going to parks last year was obviously due to me being vulnerable to COVID. With a vaccine reducing my vulnerability, I felt in a position at that point where when parks reopened, it would be safe for me to visit again. So it made me so happy to be vaccinated. It felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and we just needed to wait now for the green light for parks to be able to reopen again. And guess what? Later in the month, Boris Johnson, the man, the myth, the party goer, made another announcement.
Zoos, theme parks and drive-in cinemas will reopen.
At this point, I was absolutely ecstatic, as all being well, on the 12th of April, I would be setting foot in a UK theme park once again. So what did I do? I made a short to celebrate.
Whoa! I'm so excited!
What the? Besides that, content-wise, the rest of the month essentially consisted of more Planet Coaster Blackpool Pleasure Beach videos and Minecraft Thought Park videos, because those series were doing very well on the channel at the time. February was a pretty crazy month, not gonna lie. However, the craziness did not stop in March, as with the planned reopening of parks fast approaching, they were beginning to release news regarding their 2021 additions and updates left, right and centre. Funfair rides coming to Alton Towers. Yep, you heard me right there. Walk the Woody at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Icon's new seatbelts, the potential departure of Nickelodeon Land, the confirmation of Gangster Granny the Ride's opening date, Alton Towers Mardi Gras, or as I thought at the time, Mardi Gras. I uploaded videos on them all. As you can imagine, my content shifted quite a bit from the Minecraft Thought Park and Planet Coaster Blackpool Pleasure Beach videos to videos related to more real life topical aspects of theme parks, you could say, because it felt natural. Whenever a theme or amusement park releases some news, people naturally get very interested in that and pick up on it. So it felt natural for me to make content to meet enthusiast interest, if that makes sense. However, nevertheless, I still uploaded some Blackpool Pleasure Beach Planet Coaster and Minecraft Thought Park videos and YouTube shorts. It's just that this content was less prominent during this month. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention that on the 20th of March 2021, something very special happened, as I hit 200 subscribers just 3 months after hitting 100. Honestly, the growth throughout these first 3 months of 2021 was absolutely insane, and I cannot thank you enough for that. And that brings us to the month that we were all waiting for, April, and honestly it was the absolute peak of this season and one of the best months of any year for a long time. It really was. I kicked it off with an infamous April Fool's video, probably one of the most iconic videos I've uploaded to my channel this year, I've got to say. It did essentially consist of me basically lying about myself for 10 minutes straight, but for some reason my friends and others absolutely loved it. Even though I personally, looking back, just think it was pretty cringy, but I mean, it was April Fool's, you know, it's gotta be done. What was embarrassing though is I missed the premiere for it because I was asleep. I was so hyped to, you know, be on the premiere, interacting with you guys while this video was basically being streamed live for the first ever time before it obviously was published in full, and I missed it because I was asleep. By this point, I'd also essentially completely moved away from the Planet Coaster, Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Minecraft Thought Park videos, in light with the start of the theme park season fast approaching. Instead, I did film some more videos surrounding news updates that were coming out surrounding the UK theme parks at the time, most notably Alton Towers' announcement regarding the Retro Squad set of Funfair rides coming to the resort for 2021, Retro Squad being the name that they had decided to brand those under, and I also filmed my live reaction to the Blackpool Pleasure Beach 2021 season launch trailer. And then the big day arrived, the 12th of April. I visited Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the first time in 14 months. I met up with my good friends Josh and Danielle, as well as Ed and Ellis, who I'd been speaking to loads over lockdown and the past year for the first time. And we had an absolutely incredible day, getting back on some of our favourite rides, and like, I have no words. I got to see my brick with my name on it for the first time, as to celebrate their 125th anniversary. Pleasure Beach were allowing fans to get their names engraved on bricks on a wall at the side of Wallace and Gromit. I also filmed Ed and Ellis on a log flume, that being Rugrats Lost River, in 8-degree heat. Yep, it was a pretty cold day. It was a sunny day, but it was definitely chilly. And honestly, there were so many laughs on that day, and it was amazing. I also started my One Take of Thrill series, in which I essentially speak about a topic in one take in a given time limit. And the topic I chose for that video was actually my opinions of the 4 Merlin parks. and I've actually never done a sequel for that series, so that's something that definitely needs to change in 2022. And let's not forget my first visit to Alton Towers in over 18 months on the 25th of April, again with Josh, Danielle, Ed and Ellis. I rode the Smiler for the first time on that day, and I absolutely loved it despite having slagged it off for so long thinking it looks really rough and that I'm not going to enjoy it. I absolutely fell in love with it. It's now my number 2 coaster in the UK, and despite it being very inversion focused and not having the big variety in its elements, it really is an incredible coaster. And we also experienced the Retro Squad for the first time that day, and all those funfair rides, despite them being travelling rides, were absolutely amazing, despite roller disco, which made me feel pretty sick. And that day was again filled with so many laughs, and it was absolutely incredible. One of the best theme park days of 2021, and it made me really fall in love with Alton Towers, for the time being anyway. And it was a park that I'd never really had a connection with before, unlike Pleasure Beach, until that point. Or did I fall in love with it?
Alton Towers maintenance team, are you taking the actual mick? This is like the second time this has broken down again today. Galactica broke down twice, and now this has broken down again. What the heck? No. We need to go, guys. Guys, a staff member literally walked past us and was recording.
Definitely going to happen today.
We need to go, guys. I'm still recording. A staff member walked past as I was recording that. I didn't mean to do that.
Overall, April was a great month, except for one thing.
Upon reviewing potential risks surrounding Bouncezilla Fest, I'm sorry to announce that this event does not meet health and safety requirement. Therefore, it cannot go ahead. I apologise for any inconvenience caused.
Ugh, really? Following the announcement that Oktoberfest would be returning to UK theme parks for 2021 after it was decided that my proposed Bouncezilla Fest event was too dangerous, with the help of Josh from Theme Park Mad acting as the head of health and safety for UK theme parks, I made a video in which I discussed what changes I would like to see at Oktoberfest events for the 2021 season. May actually got off to a very interesting start, as I made a video promoting Lightwater Valley's Go Safari area and soundtrack, which is something very different to what I'd normally do on the channel, as I don't normally do videos surrounding smaller family parks. However, my good friend Ellis was actually the composer of the soundtrack for the Go Safari area, and I wanted to do a video to celebrate the hard work he put into that throughout late 2020 and early 2021, ready for the opening of that area. In addition, I did visit Pleasure Beach twice this month. I visited at the start and got absolutely soaked, and I visited at the end for my very first late night riding event ever. The first time I had experienced a park opening from 10 AM till 10 PM. And I did film vlogs from both of those visits. I would have also visited Alton Towers as well, but, well, I'll let this clip do the talking. I was on the website about a week before my visit to book my ticket, and there were still tickets left for the park to go in, but oh no, there weren't, because season pass tickets, pass holder tickets, all sold out. Yet there's still blooming regular tickets remaining. Anyway, moving swiftly on, I brought back 2 series in this month that I'd not made videos for in a while, and those included my ride review series and my countdown series, as I reviewed the Retro Squad rides at Alton Towers, and I did a video counting down what are, in my opinion, the top 5 scariest rides in the UK. I did also actually make some other pretty unique videos in this month, which included an informative video about Passage del Terror, which is a little scare attraction located just outside the entrance to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, as well as a video in which I shared my first impressions of the Smiler, having ridden it a few times by that point, which I'm still actually need to make a full review for at some point. And I also made a video touring a recreation of Blackpool Pleasure Beach in Roblox, and I still actually need to make a part 2 for that as well. Like, wow, this video is making me realise just how far behind I am with uploads. Oh, and how could I forget this gem, my most viewed video ever to this day, a speculation video on the future of Nemesis, was uploaded in this month. I'm honestly so thankful for all your support on that video, and admittedly quite smug that I, a Pleasure Beach fan, managed to get some hardcore Alton Towers fans a little triggered. I certainly didn't slow down with content in June. Following the success of my Nemesis speculation video that I uploaded in May, I kicked the month off by uploading a follow-up to this, in which I went through your comments in which you shared your opinions of what you think the future of this coaster will look like. And oh yeah, I also uploaded that, but it had to be done, didn't it? And it does express my honest opinions, not gonna lie. On a lighter note, I did visit Alton Towers Mardi Gras in this month, and while I didn't get a chance to see much of the live entertainment, I did meet the legendary Alton Alex and experienced his first ever ride on the highly underrated B&M flying roller coaster Galactica with him. It's safe to say he really enjoyed it, and it became his new #1 coaster. I also experienced the recently opened World of David Walliams for the first time, and got to ride its signature attraction, Gangster Granny the Ride. Again, I'm yet to film and upload a review of this area, but to quickly sum up my thoughts, the World of David Walliams itself as a whole, great. Gangster Granny the Ride, not so good. Not to mention that also on that day, this happens.
But Alton Towers maintenance team, are you taking the actual mick again? Because the Smiler and
Oh, not again! No!
He told me there was
Alex, take your camera!
no! Oh god! Oh god!
Yeah, I bet Alton Towers really hate me now. Also this month I did visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach with my friends Josh and Amelie, and I filmed my first ever construction update surrounding the reimagining of Valhalla, and in the process I banged my arse on a wall, much to Amelie's amusement.
Why is it getting worse and not better?
I also filmed a vlog from that visit, and you know what? It's been a while. Link in card in top right. Speaking of Valhalla, I also filmed a separate speculation video following a series of TikToks released by Blackpool Pleasure Beach revealing more information about its reimagining. Around that time, it became apparent that my sit-down videos were beginning to sound very scripted and robotic. The reason for this is because I was literally writing out scripts word for word of what I was going to say and then reading from them. As a result, my videos started to lose the authenticity they had before. The reason I started doing this is because I realised that some of my videos were getting very long and were very unstructured, and that people weren't watching them through. And this was a way of me trying to get them as short and structured as possible in the hope that people would start watching them for longer. However, it's safe to say that my content went a bit too far in that direction, and that is something that I go on to change later in the year. July wasn't great. In fact, I'd go as far as to say as it was the worst month of the year overall. Yes, even worse than the period we were in lockdown, because back then I was having a blast doing YouTube and a laugh with my friends. Now, something important I want you to note before I continue. There was nothing really serious going on. I don't want to give that impression whatsoever. I don't want to give the impression that anything was worse than it actually was, but simply put, there was a few things going on in my life at the time that caused me to lose motivation for everything, including YouTube. And it was just a bit of a down period pretty much. By this point I'd been doing YouTube seriously for over a year, consistently uploading twice a week, because As I said before, I was severely clinically vulnerable, stuck inside throughout 2020 with nothing to do. I'd deferred university by a year, and it was just a natural instinct for me to hammer YouTube at the time. I actually hit 300 subscribers during this month, so you may think that that would encourage me to keep going with YouTube, but as I've learned, numbers aren't everything. The fact that I'd been doing YouTube consistently for so long by this point, combined with the new way I was scripting my videos and the fact that I was experimenting with a lot of different editing techniques that were taking up a lot of time, caused me to reach a point where I was just burnt out and I didn't want to do it anymore. So naturally, I didn't upload many videos in this month. However, I still did upload a little bit of content. I mean, I visited Pleasure Beach twice and filmed vlogs of both those visits. I uploaded several shorts as well, and yeah, I probably want to be careful what I say about this video. But I mean, it's got a nice thumbnail if I do say so myself, and the acting throughout is Hollywood standard.
Oh my god!
How much better was August than July, you ask? Well, the answer is not much. I was still unmotivated. In fact, I only uploaded 3 videos in this month. This was the lowest number of videos I'd uploaded per month so far this year. So what videos did I upload, you ask? Well, I uploaded a video which was essentially my 300 subscriber special, except it wasn't very special because I was essentially speaking about my lack of motivation and how I hadn't been feeling good the past couple of months. I announced in that video that I'd be stopping my Wednesday, Saturday 7 PM upload schedule, which I'd kept going for over a year at that point. The reason I made this decision was to help take some of the pressure off myself in terms of when I had to upload, in hope that this would motivate me to upload more frequently, knowing that I could upload as often as I wanted, whenever I wanted, and didn't have to stick to a specific time schedule. I also visited Alton Towers once this month with Josh, Danielle, Ed, Ellis and Amelie, and it was a very wet day out. I've got to say, it wasn't a nice day at all, and it wasn't the best day we had at Alton Towers either, but I did film a vlog from it, and you know what, again, link in card in top right to that one. I also visited a Blackpool Pleasure Beach late night riding event that month that I filmed a vlog on, and there was a massive group of us at that. It was me, Josh, Danielle, Ed, Ellis, Amelie, and we were also joined by Bradley from Global Amusement Attractions. Definitely go and check out his channel. And we were also joined by Fraser as well, one of Bradley's friends. So yeah, it was a massive group day out. It wasn't the best late night riding ever, but there were a lot of laughs on that day. And as I said, there is a vlog from it on this channel. In September, things actually did pick up a little. I visited Poulton's Park for the first time in this month, and despite it being a family park and Storm Chaser turning out to be a little bit overrated, I really did enjoy it, and it's actually now become one of my favourite parks in the UK. Cyclonator, which is actually their most thrilling ride, was a massive highlight. It's manufactured by Zamperla, I believe, and it was so thrilling. You were getting airtime on it and it was crazy intense. I'm amazed that is a family park. Josh and Danielle were also at Poulton's Park when I was. Unfortunately, I didn't get to spend a full day with them because we were all with our families, but it was still nice to meet up with them and have a ride on Cyclonator together. Besides that, I also uploaded an informative video covering Blackpool Pleasure Beach's journey to Hell Freak Nights 2021 event following the release of the details surrounding that. And I also visited, would you believe it, Blackpool Pleasure Beach Oktoberfest on the September late night riding day. In celebration of the German themed festival, Blackpool Pleasure Beach put on an Oktoberfest themed show every Saturday throughout September, and I watched it with Josh and Danielle. As you can imagine, I didn't enjoy it, but filming it was absolutely hilarious. Like, just the way I was reacting to it. Some of the stuff that happened in the show itself was just bad but funny at the same time. and oh my word, it was an unforgettable experience. And also that day we met the legendary guys from the Off the Tracks OTT podcast. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Danny from the podcast and everyone else we were joined with for agreeing to have a night ride with us on Big One. That was an incredible ride, definitely the best ride of the season, full stop. There were fireworks going off on Central Pier in the background. Big One was running amazing despite us having a mid-train ride. We were getting ejector airtime, everyone was cheering, the vibes were absolutely incredible, and that just topped off the day. That day was hands down, as well as I'd say the 25th of April, the best day of the 2021 theme park season. What an incredible experience. There's actually quite little to say about October. I just started university at this point at the end of September, and I was in the middle of covering a 1 year's worth module in the space of 4 weeks. Don't get me wrong, it felt very rewarding when I finished that, but it was a lot of hard work to say the least, and left me little time to focus on my YouTube channel. So what videos did you upload in this month, you ask? Well, I'm afraid to admit, none. Yeah, you heard me right, I didn't upload any videos during this month whatsoever. However, I did visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach's Vampire Beach family Halloween event during this month because I was too scared to experience Journey to Hell Freak Nights.
Yeah.
And I did film a vlog from it, which I uploaded to this channel literally 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, and I also visited Alton Towers Scarefest during this month and had, if I'm to put it bluntly, one of the worst visits I've ever had to Alton Towers. Rides were just going down, left, right and centre. The park had no atmosphere, no roaming actors whatsoever. In my opinion, Scarefest is just completely overrated. I didn't do the mazes, don't get me wrong, but it was absolutely terrible. I did film a vlog from it, but I haven't uploaded it and I don't plan to because it basically just consists of me slating the park. It was that bad, honestly. There's nothing much to report on regarding November either because I was still busy with uni work and struggling to fit in making videos on top of that. However, I did visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach winter weekends and I will have a vlog out covering that very soon. But to quickly sum up my thoughts, I thought it was a good event but very overpriced considering it was literally a 6-hour park opening. There was also an emergence of rumours that Thorpe Park could be getting a new roller coaster. Yes, you heard me right. With a mysterious website appearing towards the back end of the month. Despite the fact that I was crazy busy with uni work at the time, I just had to make a last minute off-script video about it because it's unbelievable, seriously. And that brings us nicely onto December, in which Thorpe Park themselves confirmed that they are planning to build a brand new roller coaster, codenamed Project Exodus. And it looks like it's not going to be an RMC, so UK theme park community, screw you. I did make 2 videos surrounding this. One of them covered the confirmation announcement itself, and the other covered some plans released by the park. Looking back, I'm actually really happy with how those 2 videos turned out because they were still very structured, but in my opinion they sounded really authentic. The way I achieved that was by experimenting with a bit of a new scripting technique in which, rather than writing the entirety of what I was going to say out, I just wrote down some bullet points of the key points of what I planned to cover and then spoke to a camera around them, doing retakes in cases where I really messed up. As a result, videos recorded in this style do still take quite a while to produce, however nowhere near as long as completely scripted videos, as there are less retakes that usually need to be done in comparison. So yeah, this style of video is definitely something I'm very happy with and something I'm going to refine and improve upon going into 2022. Besides that, I did also visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach for some more winter weekends, including closing day, and there will be a vlog from closing day again coming to the channel very soon. And on that note, we're back up to present day. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still been a roller coaster of a year like 2020, but in comparison, it has been much, much better. We might still be in the middle of a pandemic. I'm now actually triple vaccinated after having a COVID-19 booster a couple of months ago, but it's been safe enough for me to visit parks this year, and getting back to them after so long with great company, faces new and old, has been very, very special. And as I've mentioned, riding the Smiler for the first time on the 25th of April and meeting off the tracks at Blackpool Pleasure Beach during the Oktoberfest late night riding event are my two highlights of the year, if I had to pick a couple. As I've also referred to, my video style has changed a lot this year. I've changed from making long, unstructured, waffly videos to shorter, concise, somewhat scripted, structured videos that are still authentic, and I'm very, very happy with that development. I've also obviously experimented with YouTube Shorts this year. I don't tend to make them so much anymore because I found that people who watch shorts don't tend to watch my other long form content. I've only really noticed the effect on my subscriber count. The reason I started making shorts in the first place was to try and get my content in front of people who wouldn't normally get to see it via YouTube's other algorithms, and try and get them watching my long form content. And while it's had a big impact on my subscriber count, I don't really think, in my opinion, it's had the effect on the views to my long form content I would have liked. So I've made the decision to just focus on long form content going forward. At the end of last year, I set myself the target of getting to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. We've only got to 393 subscribers, but I feel that if I hadn't lost motivation during the middle of this year and I'd kept going with content at the rate I had earlier this year and late 2020, we would have definitely got there, but I'm not bothered. I'm enjoying it again now, and that's what matters. I'm still very, very happy with the channel's growth this year. I think it's done really well. My channel growth may well have plateaued in late 2021 as a result of me losing motivation in the middle of the year and going to university, resulting in me making less videos in the latter part of the year. And I may well be getting less views on videos now than I was doing earlier in the year, but still, I'm happy, and as I said, that's what matters. I'm enjoying YouTube again now. I want to make content again, and I will do so when I am able to. I'm definitely doing this as a hobby, and that's what I've discovered this year. I think, you know, software engineering and computer programming is my career path. YouTube is a great hobby alongside that. In terms of what I would like to achieve next year, I just want to get to Thorpe Park. I'd love to get to more UK parks than just Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Alton Towers and that one trip to a park in a different part of the country. I don't mean that to the extent of being at a different park every single weekend, but it'd be nice to just get to other UK parks a little bit more, including parks I've never been to like Thorpe Park, as well as those that I have been to before like Oakwood and Flamingo Land. Again, I feel like abroad trips are somewhat unlikely for next year. There has been talk of me and my family going on a trip to Disneyland Paris, but it all depends on COVID restrictions and how bad COVID is in other countries, etc, etc. And as I said before, I'm going to keep uploading to YouTube whenever I can as a hobby. I'm still going to be uploading the same sort of content, so vlogs, reviews, countdown videos. However, I aim to put more emphasis on speculation videos going forward, as they do seem to be the videos that you guys enjoy the most on this channel. Before I end this video off, I think it's time, in true ThrillNet tradition, as I've done in every Reflections video so far, to show you guys a montage of the funniest moments and highlights from my videos in 2021. Any long-time viewers of ThrillNet will probably recognise the music in this, and guess what? I've chosen it just for you. So with that, Happy New Year guys. I wish you all the best for 2022 and enjoy the montage.
Wait a minute, Wild Mouse? I thought that got removed in 2018. Like, what's that doing back here? This is how bad I am at getting round Thorpe Park, guys. I was trying to get to Flying Fish, and I'm back at Stealth. You know, although I like relaxing rides, I'm also a big fan of rough rides. Seems like the UK has got its first RMC.
Oh yes, Big Boris has announced that theme parks are reopening on the 12th of April.
No one's ever touched that button before. I wonder what it does.
2021 may well be the final year of this children's area being at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Alton Towers have just revealed a brand new event known as Mardi Gras.
I'm sorry to announce that this event does not meet health and safety requirements.
It's been nearly 14 months since I have been in a theme park, and I'm finally back here today, and I found my breed. I hope it's in the shop. Here they are! Ed and Ellis, Ed from Inverse Thrills, Ellis Grayson, and there they go! Hello and welcome to Fast Food Net, bringing you everything fast food related in the UK and beyond via the internet. Welcome to this Alton Towers vlog, the first vlog of the 2021 season from this park. Eve's rejected us and we cannot ride Galactica. Sad times.
Basically, the waffle was tender and the strawberries were tangy and the chocolate was very sticky.
Here is Theme Park Matilda ride here at Alton Towers, and they're all rolling down. So first we've got, oh, Ellis is going. There we go. Alton Towers maintenance team, are you taking the actual mic? This is like the second time this is broken down again today. I've done it, and I'm pleasantly surprised. The Smiler here at Alton Towers, and I can confirm that it is the best ride at this park. It is my number 2 UK coaster, and it is my number 3 coaster overall.
The composer of the brand new Lightwater Valley Go Safari area soundtrack is none other than the Blackpool Pleasure Beach fanboy, the notable stranger simp, my good friend Ellis Grayson.
Hell, oh god. I think someone walked past then, that would have been him. Will you shut up, I'm having a rant here. Go on, get them moves and get them double axles or whatever they did in documentary in. Why? Why did we decide to come here today?
Oh my... That is rough, and we've not even gone down the drop yet.
My first late night riding event ever. Ellis is doing the operating here. Here he goes. Oh no. Oh god. It's Alton Alex. How was your ride on Galactica? You've just done it for the first ever time. Favourite coaster? Well, Alton Towers maintenance team, are you taking the actual mic again? Because the Smiler and oh god, not again!
We're going to find out all about Valhalla. Could there be a new soundtrack? What effects are we getting? I'm so excited.
And then absolute idiots over there. Me and me walk through those water jets. We're going to get a brilliant view. Oh god!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We did it! We did it! We went around the world and met new friends with... And I need to put my phone away now. I won't forget. I'm getting squeezed on the camera, mate! Well, that's getting bleeped out. Yes! I got it! Fraser, what did you have for your tea?
I had donuts. 11 out of 10.
Very good.
This park is beautiful. There's flowers everywhere. Oh my word. Jeez, that is cursed.
We're gonna go and watch an Oktoberfest show in the hub. Stick this event up your possibly the best ride I've ever had on Big One ever, or one of at least, and it was with Off the Tracks, Coaster Dan and the gang. Oh my god! over here at Infusion after I just tripped up over there and I literally just banged my head then. So we've also got two others here now. We've got Edward and Christian.
Thorpe Park are planning to build the UK's tallest roller coaster.